I'm KB with the Beat. How are you?
I'm good. I love your background.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so Florence is such a delight. So, first, I have to ask, tell me what the exact scene was kind of in the pilot script that really hooked you immediately and you knew you had to be a part of this show.
Oh, the scene where they try to leave.
Because they try so
I
hard.
I just think the whole conceit of it is really funny. It's such a great kind of like parody of like those golden age musicals. Um, I I love kind of like fish out of water stories, and it's so obvious that Keegan is the biggest fish out of water in Schmigadoon. Um, and also, why wouldn't I want to be a part of this story? It's, a love letter to musicals. And musicals are what I do. And I love and I miss doing them, and it was during the pandemic and just to have any opportunity to work with these incredible superstars of the theater, and to like do a musical with them during the pandemic. Okay. Sounds good to me.
You're like, yes, sign me up. So I have to
Yes.
say that you have a beautiful voice. And so,
Oh.
what was kind of your favorite number to sing throughout the entire show?
Schmigadoon.
It's kind of the most outrageous one, too, I feel like.
Well, it's just such a callback to Oklahoma, which is one of my favorite musicals. But just the fact that we had to struggle through spelling Schmigadoon at the end of the number is like my favorite thing of the whole process.
I will say it is a tongue twister. So shout out to each of you for even being able to get it right. And I'm not even entirely sure how many takes you guys had to do to spell it in that particular
Correctly.
number.
I would
Like,
say don't look too closely at our mouths.
okay, okay, that's fair
I'm
because,
sure I'm sure we didn't all get it.
but you know what? But you all tried. And so that is
That's
what's
right.
most important, right? So, something else that I really love about the series is just how much it really is about kind of being your authentic self and finding true love. And so, I won't kind of spoil it, but Florence has a really big part in helping someone very close to her really live their truth and even find true love in a sense. So, tell me a little bit about crafting that particular storyline with Alan Cumming, who is also a legend like yourself, and clearly adore both of you from all of the work that you've done. But yeah, tell me a little bit about crafting that storyline because I think it is one of the better ones in terms of like just letting people kind of allow to be themselves, their authentic selves. Excuse me.
Well, I think it just um, is an expression of such pure love, between humans that form a relationship with somebody, and it's obviously somebody who you love and trust, and who love and trusts you back. Now, whether or not it's a completely equal relationship, I don't know, but it's enough for her, and she really, really is devoted to him. And there's something very beautiful about loving somebody so much that their happiness and true self is more important than your personal happiness. Um, and also, it's not hard to be in love with Alan Cumming. He's very charming. And it was so fun to sort of take all that feeling that I had for him in terms of like respect and, affection, and just sort of be able to show that.
I feel like you're right. Florence is very selfless in that way. Just kind of this notion of unconditional love. I feel like she really understands and really kind of shows it when it comes to their particular relationship. And so it really is very beautiful to see and was one of my favorite parts of this dynamic show. So, I have to ask, me personally, I would love a second part because I just think there are so many different directions we could go in. And, I would love to see kind of Florence's story flourish a little bit more. But I will say, she is one of the first people to really embrace Josh and Melissa when they fall. I'm just going to say fall into this beautiful musical town. So, what do you think it is that she really learns from them as she interacts with them?
Well, I think one of the reasons she connects with Melissa is that she doesn't really have any female friends in Schmigadoon because the ladies are, for the most part, very judgmental and kind of mean to her. And so when Melissa comes along and seems to be interested in her and her husband, she really responds to that and, is happy to sort of have a new friend. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's just a part of her character too that she's not judgmental, obviously. She's just trying to be the best person she can be. So I think that's what makes her so sympathetic.
Well, I love that. And, in my alternate Schmigadoon universe, Florence definitely would have a lot more female friends. She would even be besties with Emma, in my personal opinion, because I think they get along quite lovely. Uh, so, yes.
Yeah, I agree. But I guess for
Well,
whatever reason, they just don't cross paths enough.
well, you know what? That's okay. But thank you so much for chatting with the beat. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the series. It's just so fun and so lighthearted with a lot of good lessons in there in between. So just thank you so much for chatting with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it.